free time, yeah, I'm getting better at what I do. I like chess, solving puzzles, and the language, Sanskrit language, right? So that really I'm very much interested in. I have cleared couple of uh, exams, and I have memorized around 1,000 verses of Sanskrit. Yeah, more into the agile field, agile transformation, coaching, and even mentoring as well. And the number of interviews I have taken in various industries for various domains. So certainly you will certainly be benefited by this session, which is being conducted or facilitated by Vijay and me together. Over to you, Vijay.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Rahul. Yeah, and I forgot. I have uh, taken 400 plus interviews in various companies for selecting for various companies, especially with the Scrum Masters. Why we came out with this session? There is a history to it, and the history is amongst 400 plus interviews, especially for the Scrum Masters, I have taken for Indian companies as well as companies outside. When I'm referring to certain companies, I'm referring to companies for the likes of Siemens, for the likes of Bank of New York Mellon, for the likes of Deloitte. So various companies, I took interview for, and also for some of our recruitment partners, because we are a trusted brand, especially for agile roles like Scrum Masters and product owners and agile coaches. Now the CEOs and CTOs, they want me and sometimes also Rahul to go ahead with those interviews, select the right candidate, okay, and then only give it to them. So this is what is the model that we are working on these days. So with that, we are also getting exposed to so many people and so many interviews that we are getting or doing it today. As people helping Scrum Masters prepare for their interview, we have also been working into that area, and we have helped a lot of people across the world. Now, when I say 400 plus people or interviews that I took full-fledged, about an hour interview, saying, I'm not just saying that about maybe 10-15 minutes interview just for the sake of doing it I have done. So I'm not really considering that. In all those 400 plus interviews, and whatever Rahul also has the data, what we see about 90% of the people, they do not get through this interview. I'm not boasting about our skills, our knowledge. What I'm telling you about are not demeaning your knowledge. Okay, I know you guys are all expert at what you're doing. You guys are all expert in the agile knowledge. You guys are all expert in implementing it, also showing the results for your company. But when you actually go on to that interview table, the game is absolutely different. It's not just proving what you're done. You cannot showcase them the records. You cannot showcase the history of your company. You cannot pull in your earlier manager or the people or the team you are actually working with for recommending you. No way. This game is absolutely different. Okay. And that is what we are going to understand some of the factors and some of the tips and tricks today. Okay. So this is what we are going to discuss. And before that, does this really industry really make sense? Is this role going to make sense for next few years? Oh, yes. Let's go into that particular data. And that data is, let's say, some factors that impacts your decision making being into this particular role. So demand and perks that we'll see. So if you see on my screen, Rahul, am I visible on my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see, what practices do you use in addition to Scrum? What I'm saying, apart from Scrum, if you are using certain practices, you must be experienced with that. Where is this data coming from? This data is basically coming from scrum.org and other various companies. They did global survey. This is not our survey. Okay. This is a global survey done by the brands which are representing agility or creating certifications for you. So apart from Scrum, it is 81% of the times is Kanban. Okay. There is XP, TDD, and so many factors that are impacting, or there is an implementation percentage of these particular factors or frameworks in agile world. Okay. Now you please check whether you know that and what is the importance of this factor when you actually go for your interview. The next question, how many certifications I should have? Okay, so I'll show you the data. People who are coming for Scrum Master interviews, 55% of the survey participants had one certification. 22% had two certification, 11% has three certification, and let's not go into too many details. You have the numbers on your screen. So what is the importance of certification? Does it really matter a lot? Yeah, we will also speak about it. When it comes to certification, what it helps you, it doesn't really help you. I would say that if you have 10 certification, you have the best knowledge. No way. If you have a certification and it is posted on LinkedIn or it is posted on your resume, that is a window for an interviewer to select you. Not because you have a certification, but that is a guarantee that you have gone through some certification, some knowledge, and guaranteed about 16 hours at least you have spent. Guaranteed that you have given an exam, guaranteed that you have passed that exam. So these are the factors, because if I call for an interview, I need one Scrum Master. Today, I roughly get about 100 plus resumes. 100 plus resumes just for one interview. That's the ratio. Now, when I get just 100 plus interviews for a small company or for one this thing, I'm telling you the average. I have seen about 600 resumes coming for one interview also. Okay, that's the data. Now let us see an interviewer, especially the person who's selecting you as a profile, they are not going to send 600 people to the interviewer. Especially those people would be somebody from the recruitment, somebody from the agency like us, somebody from the HR team of the company. Now, they would like to make their job easy. And how can they make their job easy? They should know some certain certification, especially the team inside tells them if they have XYZ certification, yes, please shortlist them. So certification would help you to come onto the interview table and not pass it. Okay. And that's why certification in a little way is really important in your interview journey. What certification I'll not go into. We are not really branding any of the certifications right now. Okay. Another thing, with certification, if you see the data here, how many people got selected? Just a moment, this window is actually stopping me. So let me pass it on. Okay, sure. Yes. So if you see on this screen, if you see the amount or a salary that you get with the presence or absence of certification. So if you see on the lowest rung there, $25,000 or more than that, okay, or less than that, sorry, 3% of the people who got selected were with certification and 9% were without certification. Why this happens? Majority of this data, even we check this data because we are recruiters for various companies. We see majority of the Scrum Master getting into this particular zone are from the same company. They are generally people promoted to this particular position. Okay, and not upside if you go. So when you go upside from this, if you see the without certification percentage is going down and with certification percentage is going up. When a person from the same company is selected into the Scrum Master job, they do not really see whether you are certified or non-certified. They just see whether you make sense into the given position. Sometimes it may also happen that one of the Scrum Masters just left the company and you want a stopgap arrangement. And this is what is happening. So yes, so you can see the data. I'm still again not selling any certification here. Now, what are the salaries for Scrum Masters across the globe, across the different strata? If you see in the color, the very light blue color on the left side, the 8% of the people are 25,000 or less dollars they're getting. 9% 25,000 or more. And you see people in the 21% range, if you see they're getting $75,000 or more, or $0.1 million or more. So this is what is the strata. If you see on the highest rung, 8% of the people are getting $150,000 and more. This is the realistic data. Okay, so now when you say as a Scrum Master, you can still earn from $25,000 or less, or even $150,000 or more. So this is the global data that it says. If you want to see across the globe, in Asia, Europe, North America, South America, you can take the screenshot of this. Okay, I'm not gonna go into very depth of all these continents. Okay, so you see there is a lot of demand, and as a recruiter, I foresee at least for next 10 years, this is going to be increasing market. Until today, it is happening that most of the technology people are leaving the company, and they are on the topmost rung of the recruiter's mind. Technology people leaving the companies, leaving the borders and going to other companies. But what we foresee, after 3 to 4 months, there would be demand for so many Scrum Masters coming in. And this with data is really proving the number of Scrum Masters demand is growing, and number of demands that are coming from the companies is really going up for us. Okay, so this is what is data. Now we will go into two sections of this particular session. One is pre-interview and one is post-interview. Okay, pre-interview preparation, Rahul will take us through. But before that, I want to have a small survey. And I'm going to give you a short survey link here. Share, copy, and please check your chat.
Not yet.
Sure. So I'm going to put it into chat. Okay. Yes. Is it there with you? Please check. Yeah. It's a menti.com link. Just click on that and you will see a question popping up on your screen. The question here is, what are the 3 important factors, I'm saying pre-interview, impacting your interview journey? 3 key important factors pre-interview. I'm not saying when you land into interview. Pre-interview, those 3 factors that can impact.
Vijay, sorry for interrupting, Vijay. The link is not there for everyone, I think, Vijay. Maybe you want to post it in.
I posted in chat. Oh, okay. Just a moment. Let me. Thank you so much for sharing that. Did I post to individual? Oh, maybe.
I'm sending it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is received now.
Okay, sure. So is it visible to you guys, that link?
Yes.
So you have to enter 3 factors.
Now it is there.
Sure. Awesome. So 3 factors impacting your interview journey. Positive way, negative way, whatever way. But before the interview.
Do you want to show later once the data is entered?
Sure. Yes. Okay. Yeah, see, data is coming in. Is it visible on my screen? Rahul, is it visible?
No, we see the PPT here.
I'm sorry, is my screen visible where there's menti.com?
Is visible, but the data for the Menti is not visible. We still see the presentation.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let me share my screen again so that I can show you the complete desktop now. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So a lot of factors are coming in. Not having practical experience. Yes, very important factor. And yeah, I mean, we have been helping a lot of people because, there are so many Scrum Masters not having practical experience, and hence they are not able to answer it right way. We are also mentoring those people these days. Confidence preparation. Okay. What does that mean? If you can say something about it, confidence preparation. Scenario based questions that we are going to discuss today. Yeah. The highest is knowledge. Second highest comes out to be resume. Third highest comes to be salary. Do you mean the salary in the last company? Maybe yes. Certification. Preparation. Success. Don't know. Multi-skill. Interesting. Multi-skill sometimes helps. Yes. Company. Maybe what company you are going to? Scenario based questions, expertise in area, doubts, company details, opportunity. Yeah, various factors, job description, exposure, not having practical experience. Yeah, reports, confidence, preparation, mood or health. Interesting. Yeah, definitely. Your mood or health definitely can impact, but I seriously do not know preparation or before the interview that would help because you have a lot of time to prepare. Expected approach. Maybe. Roles and responsibility, lack of knowledge. Yeah, lack of knowledge or knowledge. Yeah. So certification, knowledge, salary, preparation, resume. Yes, various factors we have discussed, but let us go through what Rahul is gonna tell us. So Rahul, shall I share the presentation or you're gonna
Yeah.
speak?
No, I think very interesting data. Some of the
Yeah.
data we can correlate as well,
Mm-hmm.
more on the knowledge and other stuff. And
Yeah.
I believe someone put it confidence as well, right? Because the
Yes.
preparation is the key, right? If you are not prepared, the confidence won't be there,
Yeah.
right? If you look at this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lack of knowledge is one thing, but how you present it. Many times I have seen people that they have achieved so many things, but because of the interview, they are not able to articulate. Or sometimes we say no, the answer should be there should be some time limit. If you even don't follow the time limit or time boxing in interview as well, sometimes the interviewer will say, oh, they will lose interest actually. So all the factors are very important. Let me share a couple of aspects on this one because this one is about the pre-interview, right?
Yeah.
Certifications, no doubt about it. The knowledge aspect is how do you know that whether you know it? If you are asked a simple question, but if you are not able to present in a proper format, you won't get the confidence. And many a times what happens, some of the things you learn from experience. So you have to look for opportunity where you get a chance to get interviewed by someone, and then even the feedback is also provided. And Vijay, we were talking last time, what happens many a times when you ask the interviewer, hey, can you share feedback how the interview went and other stuff? Even I'm being asked, and normally my answer would be straightforward. We will let the HR will get back to you or someone will get back to you. We don't provide the feedback, right? So there should be a way where you will be presented with that feedback. Oh, something you could have done here and here. So this will be more confident. Some of the tips and techniques certainly would be very much essential so that you prepare better. So some of the pre-interview preparations. So you can switch to presentation, Vijay. The first is like shortlisting, right? So getting shortlisted, that means what we are looking for is the resume, right? How do you know that there are so many resumes? So one way to get ahead of others would be that the resume you provide some critical data, and that would attract. So shortlisting certification would certainly help. But on other aspects, right? If you are one among many, I have seen many resume, they talk about from the Scrum Master, CSM or PSM course, right? What are the objectives? They put all the objectives there. I help in facilitating XYZ events and other stuff. But everybody knows this one. What you have done something differently. What are the points where you are stand out, right? It doesn't matter how long your resume is. And many a times, the longer the resume, probably the person who is shortlisting the CV or resume won't be able to read through everything. So that is not going to help you. So highlight the points for which the position is open. If you are not matching with the job profile which is being asked for, probably very less chances of you getting selected or going ahead. This is about the pre-interview, right? You need to make sure that the keywords which are there in the job profile description is also part of your resume. That's the relevance to the job in question. If they are looking for, see, most of the time nowadays, what I have seen is the job profile will reveal so many things in the sense that why they are hiring this one, what they want, right? Whether they are growing or they are creating a new offshore center, or is it they want to transform as an agile organization, they are going for digital transformation. And those objectives, once you notice, right, then again you can customize your resume according and put some keywords. That's the way you can get ahead of others and make sure you get the chance for an interview. So you clear all those hurdles and then get the selection for the interview. Also, certification, I think Vijay clearly highlighted. So there are two aspects I would like to highlight here. One is, if the knowledge is available everywhere, it is available. If somebody has some few certifications, that means he is keen to learn new things. So these are, see, what happens is these are some of the perceptions. The person who is shortlisting the interviewer, HR or any person, would have got it. And then if you have cleared some certifications, then certainly the person who is interviewing, see, if I see that, okay, somebody has cleared XYZ certifications, I certainly would like to validate that knowledge as well. So that highlights that what did you learn from those certifications? And without you being present in front of interviewer, if you want to portray your picture or your first impression, that's what the resume will do for you. So though it's a barrier, you can cross it very easily, but you need to make sure that if you have not crossed this, there is no future path for you. Right? So relevant experience, depth of the experience, at the same time, you have to highlight that what are the impact you have made? What are the numbers you can put it into the resume that will make the difference? This is my responsibilities and my role, and this is what I did. This is what the project was all about. But what is the impact you have made? If you have not highlighted those items into numbers, then you will remain at a pre-interview level only. Right? Get some recommendations as well. So another point I wanted to highlight on the pre-interview part is about LinkedIn profile. Nowadays, see, I also remember a few years back when I had to appear for interview, I will see that the email, the call for interview has been sent to how many people, and pick up that person and then the company and then search on the LinkedIn, what they are doing, what is their experience and other stuff. So from our side, if we are looking into that we are searching on the LinkedIn, same thing would happen on other side as well. They also will be searching your name in LinkedIn, and then they will get a first idea, again, perception, whether you are a good fit for this position or not. So you need to make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated as well. Again, is it matching with what the job in particular job you are applying to? Now there's a bit difference about LinkedIn profile and resume. You won't be able to modify LinkedIn profile very frequently or for each job opening, right? But it should be common, which should serve the purpose of, okay, this is a right fit. We can get this person for interview, and that's what the LinkedIn profile resumes should do for you. Then it's about in interview what all you do and other stuff, the description, certifications, your experience, even here as well. It's a, the skill expert, right? What are the skills you have, whether the people have recommended you. That's a very important aspect. Many times we have done good work, but when we change the job, we don't bother to ask for our manager or client for recommendation, because we believe, no, we are good, why we should be asking for recommendations and other stuff. But for a pre-interview aspect, that's very critical, that is required. So I certainly would say resume and LinkedIn profile in today's world is very essential. Some of the places what I have seen is, even if there are some postings on the LinkedIn, and there are many actually, they directly say that, okay, do you want to use your LinkedIn profile as a resume? And then they can automatically do that one. So understand, this is very critical. So having not the LinkedIn profile, but a proper LinkedIn profile, which will set a very good high impression for yourself, is essential. This is again the pre-work which you should be doing. Yeah, Vijay, that's what I wanted to highlight on this tooth stuff. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was not audible. Yeah, so practically, I'm telling you, some of the resumes or the biodata or the profile, whatever you call, when we got it, uh, there are HR people inside the company. They generally search for your LinkedIn profile if you have not given it, and in that case, you have tried to match it. So many times, what was the data on the resume or the profile was absolutely not matching with the LinkedIn profile. Either the LinkedIn profile was not so updated. So if it is updated and matching, that gives us a little bit of assurity that the person that is being portrayed here on the resume or the profile is the same person on the LinkedIn. Now what happens is, as Rahul told, there are n number of resumes that I can prepare for various companies and various roles. Okay, but LinkedIn profile cannot be changed, and hence the organizations are taking LinkedIn as a primary profile. However, can you use your resume or the profile to customize it for the company? Yes, but up to what level? Yeah, that's the question, and that's an expertise that you need to have, and that comes only when certain experience or somebody helps you. So that also happens. What kind of allowance that we do? Third factor that is very much important factor is when you go for an interview. Before that, what is the study that you're doing about this particular company? What domain they are into? So the people I have interviewed for maybe 20 people a day, I have literally interviewed 20 people a day when we literally needed a lot of people. And in that case, who appealed me the most for that particular company were the people who knew already about the company. The moment they tell me about my company I'm interviewing for, they really connect with me. And I get to know that this particular person knows a lot, and hence this particular person has an interest in a company. That is the first successful factor. The number one is your resume. Number two is your LinkedIn profile. Number three is your company key information study. What is the domain? What are the highlights? As Rahul told, what is the stage that I'm going through? So for an example, agilewaters.com is actually going for transformation journey. Now that tells me what kind of scrum master I want. Now your questions and answers, whatever way you are answering, that impacts a lot. If it's a company that's really into legacy and kind of regulations and a lot of rules, in that case my answers would be a little different. But if it's going for a transformation, typical technology company, my answers might be different, and my expectation as an interviewer would also be different. So that study is making a lot of difference. Key references in company, if you know somebody in the company, that really helps. Okay, that helps you to study. And some of the people literally told us, I know some people are scrum master from your company, and that really connected well with us. And why this company? If you're leaving the earlier company, why this company? Majority of the interviewers would ask you this question, and majority of the people generally fail in this, and they generally say, why you're leaving the earlier company? They say, I was typecasted into one role. I got experienced with this. I'm not really getting an area to explore or put my skills into. These are not the questions that are gonna get you through this interview. If you answer that way, what is the novelty that you are looking at in the company that you are actually going to? What is the study that you have done? What is that you can connect that as an individual? I would like to go to a company which is really transforming. That would help me get a lot of experience of transformation, which I may not get in the current company. So many people are complaining in the interviewers about, they are not getting an opportunity and blah, blah, blah. That's not going to help you. You as a scrum master is a very responsible role. You just cannot complain about the earlier company. You should show that, yes, I got a lot of experience in this company and I am looking for this kind of company experience, and I believe that you might be able to give me. But that will happen only when you do company background check or information check. So these are three key factors. There are various factors, we are not going to go into. When we take a paid sessions for people, we help one-on-one. In those sessions, we will discuss about those factors. We will also help you individually on those factors and how to get through it. Yeah. So any questions for pre-interview? If you have any questions.
Hi, Vijay. Shweta here. Hello.
No? Okay. So, yes, during the interview preparation, what should happen? During the interview, what is the preparation that you should do? So, Rahul, would you like to touch upon this?
Hello?
Yeah, sure. So, very important aspect is, what is your willingness to learn new things? Second aspect is how you are answering the questions. So before that, how do you understand what is the intent behind the questions which is being asked? And there are so many tricky questions, right? Like, let me give you one simple example. Should a Scrum Master work for 2 teams? Can he be a Scrum Master for 2 or more teams? Now, this is a very tricky question. Right? Scrum Guide doesn't say that the Scrum Master should be there for 1 team, a dedicated. But based on your experience, you might be inclined to say that, yeah, no, one Scrum Master should be part of just one Scrum team. He can handle it very well. And then the person might ask you, why not 2 teams? Or if you say 2 teams, then he might ask another way, that will you get enough time? So those are the tricky questions. So what is the most important thing is, you have to understand the intent behind the question. So how do you handle this one? Let me give you a trick on this one, that you can say, we have to do XYZ. I am following on XYZ stuff. And then I would be probably able to take 2 teams with certain maturity. If both the teams are very new, then probably it will not be possible to handle 2 teams. So how do you answer is, Generally, this is the way it should work. But I have seen some anti-patterns, or in some companies, they do like this as well. So these are the pros, these are the cons for both the stuff. And then you will be able to present it beautifully. Another thing, what you need to do is about, see, your skills as a Scrum Masters would be verified. Like earlier I talked about that you are following timeline. The answer should be concise to the point. Do you ask the question again, like paraphrasing? Are you doing that one? Sometimes if it is not required, but you rephrase the question, most of the time you will feel or find a need to rephrase the question. But if that doesn't happen, but you can show that, okay, I can rephrase the question and then ask again. That is a very good facilitator skill, right? Facilitation skill. If you are not doing that, it's not going to. So how do you showcase that you are the Scrum Master who is already having all those skills with you? Some of the words you talk about, like convince, or I tell them, that's not the way you should be working. So here the attitude, how you present the information, is more important than the raw knowledge. That's not going to help you on this one. These are
Yeah.
some of the things, looking at the time limit as well.
Yeah, we will not go into. And I mean, we had a lot of sessions for Scrum Master interview preparation for various individuals and some groups across the world. There was a person from US, absolutely knowledgeable, so many certifications, a lot of experience. But when this particular person used to go for interview, failed continuously in 5 interviews. Came to us. We took a lot of dummy interviews. So in our sessions that we help you prepare for your interviews, we took some of the dummy interviews wherein Rahul and me, we are the interviewers and the particular person is interviewee. In that case, we create a simulation environment. What we do is we also record that. And we show what we are giving as a feedback, that those recordings to that individuals, and we also give it. The moment the interview was over and the particular person asked us, do you really feel that we are lacking? I'm lacking in knowledge. I said, no, you're not lacking in knowledge. You're lacking in a little bit of attitude that you should have as a Scrum Master. When you interview with us, it doesn't feel like we are interviewing a Scrum Master who's a human being with a lot of emotions, with a lot of success and failures, but we feel like we are interviewing a Superman. And that literally clicked. Oh, really? So why do you say so? And then we also told that, see, this is a recording, okay? And come tomorrow, what are the factors where you feel like a superwoman or superman? And that clicked. Okay, so the way you answer your questions also speaks a lot about you as an individual. Okay, now when we say record or something like that and session third party view, so we are going to do one short simulation for next 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to put you 3 people each in one small breakout rooms. Okay. What is the question that one person would ask is one of the person would ask the other person. Okay, guys, understand this. For an example, me, Ashutosh and Rahul are in one session. I would ask a question, tell me about yourself to Ashutosh. Okay, tell me about yourself to Ashutosh, and Rahul would be a third party observer. He will not say anything. We'll just observe the person who's answering it. If it's possible, make it a visual contest wherein you will show your screen or your video. That would be an awesome experience. So are you guys ready for it? Just a little experience, a third party view, an interviewer and an interviewee. Okay, I would give you roughly 4 minutes in that particular session. And once you come back, I will ask one of the third party person, what did you observe? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Vijay.
Okay, so I'm gonna make breakout rooms of 3 people in one session. Okay, I am three. Oh, sorry, I made recreate. How many people we have in this room is roughly around. Rahul, do you know how many people are there in this room
21,
now? 21.
including
So
6.
yeah, it might happen since it's an online session. Some of the people might not turn up. Yeah, in your breakout rooms. So maybe I will create 6 breakout rooms. Okay, and let's go into the breakout rooms. This will be live just for 4 minutes, or maybe make 5 minutes. Okay, and during that 5 minutes, one person will ask a question, tell me about yourself. The other person would answer the question uh, about yourself, and the third person would observe. Okay, ready, steady, go. Just for 5 minutes. There are a lot of people who are not joining. Yeah, one room is full. Yeah, okay, room 5 is full. Shweta.
Hello, I was the only one on the breakout room. Hello? I was the only one on the breakout room. I didn't see anyone coming there.
Oh, okay, let me check. Sure, breakout rooms. Jared, I'm checking where I can send you. Jared, you must have got a link to click wherein you can be going to some kind of room, some room at least. Didn't you get an option? Let me send you to room number 3. Okay. Sandeep, I'm going to send someone to room number 1. Room number 1. And Sadia, you must have got an option to join room number 1. Jared, you must have got an option to join room number 3. Johnny, you must have got an option to join room number 2, but you're not joining, so I'm going to send you to room number 3. Let me check. Or room number 1. Okay, some of the people are still there in breakout room, I believe. Yes, people are joining in. 28 seconds. "11 seconds and people would be back to this room. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome back to the main room. Yes, which room did this simulation completed?
Group 4 also.
Breakout room 5 also.
Okay, good. So,
4
Pinna, yeah, 4 also. Okay. So, who was the questioner or the interviewer in breakout room number 4?
Actually, there were only 2 people at the start, so we introduced to each other, and
Okay.
there was no observer actually. Afterward,
Oh,
one
okay.
more person has joined, but she did not talk or any observe. We don't know what happened to that
No
person.
problem. No
Okay.
problem. Okay. So let's go to the room. Rahul was there. Rahul, I know that I came to your room and you could finish it. So, yeah, who answered it? Rahul, you asked the question, right? I think you're on mute. We are not able to hear you.
Rahul asked the question to me and Biru has answered.
Okay. So, Biru, you know, what was your feeling or what was your understanding while answering this question? Question was very simple. Tell me about yourself, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So
what are the factors that you were considering while answering this question?
I have considered a parameter as a my past experience. Then I mean certification. Then current, if any role played in Scrum. Then if I think other parameter also like engagement, customer management engagement. Yes, only that parameter I have covered.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the factors. Rahul, what is your say, or who was observing? I think Adebayo was observing, right?
I was on observed.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, what I can say is that from the way he was able to introduce himself, it showed that he has experience. He has worked in similar roles. So that could tell. You could tell that from the way he has introduced himself. The only thing I have about maybe a bit against it is he tried to explain so much within so much time. I think he could have made it shorter. You understand? Give us more basic points. I think that would have been better. So at some point, he was trying to even look for more points or more ways to describe himself. I think that wasn't necessary. He has done justice to it already, so he could just let it go at that time.
Sure. Very good. I mean, see the observation, Biru. Adebayo, by any chance you are an interview expert?
No, I'm not. I don't even know much about Scrum Master. I'm completely new to this role, so that's why I couldn't.
Yeah. Awesome, but very good observation. What was your expectation, Rahul, when you asked this question? You are on mute, I believe. He can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I will go. Yeah, so see the expectation was we know about the person, right? Because we already have the resume and everything. What was in my mind was, how are you going to help our organizations and how you are going to solve my problem? See, yes. I do not want to take so many interviews as an interviewer as well. See, that is the fact actually. So if you are very good, I will be very much happy. But you have to tell me that you are there to solve all my problem. How you are the best fit for my position. I think people normally will focus on what I have done and other stuff. That is perfectly fine. But if you do not link it to the position, right, for which you have applied for, then it is only one way. You are talking about your own self. Oh, I have done this and other stuff. Like Biru did mention about the customer aspects and angle. But what I was looking for is what is the impact he made so that the customers were happy? Where were the numbers or anything? That was not there. So that's what actually I was looking for. And I think Adebayo already said that it should be short. Right? Obviously, this was very good because without any preparations, he was able to speak. But that also goes beyond. I think he spoke for more than 2 minutes. It goes beyond. I'm not ready to listen so many things just about the person himself. I'm more interested on how the skills Biru has will be helpful to me. Yeah, so that's
okay.
My expectations were, yeah.
Sure. So you saw all the three views. What are the views of the interviewee from that particular question? What is the view of an interviewer, and what is the view of a third-party third-party person who is just listening to it? Now, even getting into this third-party view will tell you a lot of secrets about you as an individual, what kind of person you are, what is that you are considering. Okay, so yes, let me go back to my presentation if it's not really shared till now. Okay, just a moment. Yes. Yeah, so I think the time is running fast. Let me go back to presentation. Also, what is more important is empiricism. That's a key in all Scrum and Agile projects, products, or any implementation, even if you're implementing for any services. Now, do we really expect it from you as an individual? Yes. Into interview, what is the transparency that you have? What is the inspection that you have done? What is the adaptation that you have done? These are key factors in your interview. And with expertise, you can also get into it, that whichever interview you go to, you can pass it. I cannot finish all these questions and everything here, but what we are going to give you is we are going to give you the earlier session recordings. Okay. Also the key situations. We are going to also give you a link of this particular presentation, and you can actually see that presentation here. Okay, so I'm going to put it into chat. What are the situations that you might land into, or some of the questions, and what are the Scrum Master toolkit that you need to have? You must have these things, the knowledge about this, okay, with you to pass your interviews really well. Okay, now I'm going to go into a little bit of angle what expertise that we give you. We also have Scrum Master interview preparation workshops. Okay, these are for very short group of people, not a big bang or something like that. So in that, we give you individual guidance, suggestions on suitability of LinkedIn profile. So we literally see your LinkedIn profile and we give you a suggestion. You must change this. We also see the changed version and we also say, no, this doesn't work. Change it. We don't tell you to do false justification or false showing of it, but we tell you how to justify it. Okay, what are the tips and tricks for getting the recommendations? We share it with you in that particular workshop, and we will also help you get recommendations. Okay, resume building and individual guidance. Some of the resumes that we see are literally boring. I won't really select it as an interviewer, and I tell you the factors. I really look in top 5 factors. I look into that resume, and this is where if this clicks, I will select that. If this doesn't click, I will not select that. So we will see your resume, whether it is seeable, selectable, shall I put it forward or say no to it? Absolutely then and there. And we also help you to make absolutely selectable resume. Individual interview simulation. We create an environment, we take your interview, we simulate that, we take a recording, we give a third-party view, we also give you a little bit of coaching on what kind of person you are while you are giving an interview and what you should change. We have changed a lot of people. As I told you, one of the example from US, one particular person, not shortlisted last 5 times, worked with us, and the very next interview he could pass. So that's amazing results. That's not only one, we have passed and helped pass so many people across the world. Understanding questions from the point of view of interviewer. So that is what we help in that particular session. And the main thing is finding the blind spots. Many of the people, they know that they know the knowledge, they have the experience, they can answer it, but there are quite a few blind spots. We as an expert find those blind spots, 1, 2, 3 while you are interviewing. Okay, and we tell you, you have to get rid of this particular blind spot. The moment you get rid of it, you are through. Okay, and then we'll also guide you on how to get through that particular blind spot. We are also a recruiter, so recruitment support is definitely guaranteed, because that's also a benefit that we get. And yes, data privacy is absolutely guaranteed. If you come for our workshop, it is absolutely guaranteed that data privacy is there. How many Scrum Masters? 57 Scrum Masters got selected who are coming for our individual sessions or group sessions until now from US, UK, India, Canada, Singapore, Germany. So this is with data that we are speaking. 15 people said in recommendations that our suggestions help them negotiate more pay package from what they could have actually got. Okay, they could really negotiate. Confidence level got increased. 19 people we recruited to our recruitment partners. Okay, yeah, so yeah,
I have one question, Vijay and Rahul. Thank you for your session.
Yeah,
I had one question that was answered in the chat. The other one I have is, does like Scrum Master role, only the Scrum Master role helps in a career growth? I mean to say, please don't mind my words. In most of the organizations or in my previous organizations, Scrum Master role is considered as a role, okay, which anyone can do. Or probably they say if you are a QA and a Scrum Master, that will suffice. But only Scrum Master, that is not kind of a main duty of a person. How can you be a Scrum Master and you are doing things? Most of the people think we are doing nothing. So my question is, do we offer 2 dual roles? Like I am a QA and along with that I'm doing Scrum Master role? That's the question.
yeah, so that, yeah, yes, please.
Just to add to that question too, the Scrum Master role, does it not align with a project management, project manager's role?
You are saying aligning with the project manager's role. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. There are a lot of expectations from the market, especially in the countries or developing countries. I would say there are a lot of expectations. If you go to countries which are not new to agility, they definitely have a different expectations. So if I want to divert you to the interview, yes, we also help you in how to approach these kind of companies or these kind of questions or these kind of answers, in those interviews. However, from the expectations point of view, yes, if that is an expectation from your organization, it probably means that your organizations or your setup has probably not understood the very meaning of agility or Scrum. And I would say it is not just the organization's duty, but it's your duty to convey them. Okay, I'm not really blaming only the organizations. I'm also telling people who are responsible for this. And who is responsible? Scrum Master is an individual who is responsible for changing the organization's insight towards agility. Now, how do we change it? That's a different matter altogether. Definitely, I agree to you. Whatever you said is definitely not the only expectation from a Scrum Master. It is actually beyond that. Even if the person does not do a technical duty, doesn't matter. But holding a team together, making organization, product, team successful by means of coaching, training, guiding, mentoring, impediment resolutions, imparting knowledge, helping, handholding by any means, making sure team becomes successful, improve into processes, improve into quality, okay, and make things faster. There are a lot of things Scrum Master is responsible for. I would not go into get into a lot of details because that would lead into some of the additional session. Okay. So there's a little bit of commercial time here. So what we do is we are also helping individuals and groups on how to get successful in interviews. Okay. Very specifically individual help on LinkedIn, on resume, on your interview skills, on your knowledge. We also give you what to read, what not to read, kind of, how to answer, what is the blind spot, everything. We have been able to successfully help people getting through to the line and also get better packages. Okay, so this is what is our expertise, and this is what as a recruiter we are also into, and also agile experts. Okay, so if at all you want to go for these kind of sessions, we have a lot of sessions, especially 2 sessions planned and are coming. So if you register for today, just we have a $200, $199 for outsiders, and I think in India it's just 10,000 rupees. But for today, whoever is coming to this session, if you use this code AW15, you can get 15% discount. Otherwise, we do not offer any discount here. Okay, so if you want this link, I am just copy pasting it here into the chat. You can go to our website agilewaters.com. Okay, you can use code AW15 if you want to register for it. You can also refer to our material on LinkedIn. I'm gonna put that link here. It's in chat, YouTube, our YouTube channel. So I'm gonna put it here in this chat. Okay, there are 2 sessions that we recorded earlier, 2 full-blown 2-hour sessions, so you get access to that. I would expect you guys please subscribe to our channel, and we are going to help you free of cost for longer time. Okay, with lots of knowledge and lots of people. Please refer, even if you're not coming to session, that's absolutely okay. Refer to those video recordings, and if you have any suggestions, please reach us on this number, +91 940 50 5060. This is a WhatsApp number. If you have any questions regarding this session or any suggestions that you want, if you want any mentoring on Scrum Mastership, there are a lot of people across the globe that we are mentoring on how to become great Scrum Masters. You got selected, but you don't know how to do it now. We are also mentoring those people. So I have given you the link for the YouTube channel. I have given you link to the going for this particular interview preparation session, and the WhatsApp number that you can come. So this is typically a 2-day session, 2 half days, wherein we will deep dive into you as an individual, as a Scrum Master, you as an interviewee. where you are lagging, where you can get more successful, and that's what we would be looking at, all these factors. Yeah. So before we close this particular session, do you have any questions, especially with regards to the interview and these interview sessions that we are going to conduct, especially over the weekends? Yeah, Manish, thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. The links which you have shared, I've gone through it. So those are for 2 days. So is that for the interview preparation, or you will be covering all the Scrum Master, what a Scrum Master does, or those are the mock interviews for 2 days?
So those 2 days we also do some offline. We will also create a group, and that group will be active for more than a month. So it is not just 2 day session, but more than a month help you offline. So we will also check your LinkedIn profile. We will check your resumes. We will give you suggestions for changing on that. We will also take your dummy interviews. We will record it. We'll show it. We'll give you third-party eye view. What are your failure points? What are your blind spots? Okay, we will also realize in during that we will give you some agenda that you need to improve on this. Okay, and if you want some additional session for you as an individual, that this is what I improved but still lagging or something like that, we can also do. So we want to help you get successful in your interviews and pass it through. Sometimes we will also give you certain links or resources, especially with regards to your blind spots. Okay, we will tell you that this you must go through, you must understand this, okay, before you go for interviews, and there are certain areas that we will tell you you must work on this. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure, Vijay, got it. One other question is, do you have some videos of the interviews on YouTube?
Not really, because even if you go for any interview and we record it, you will not allow it. The reason being, I mean, that's a data privacy, as well as you don't want your company to know that you are giving an interview preparation and all. So we ask so many people. However, we are trying to face mask it and names and something like that. So we are doing in the background so that maybe we can make it available for larger people.
Okay, thank you.
So we are definitely working on that. Yeah, but when we ask people the permission, they don't really, they are not really comfortable.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so
However,
much.
in the interview, one-on-one, maybe we can show some of the samples, because some of the people, they have said one-on-one or something like that. If they're not from the same company or same country, then you can show with face mask and something like that. That is the permission that we have got. We might show you that also.
Okay, thank you, Vijay, and thank you all so much for dressing up and telling what is required and what should be made. This 60 minutes was really worth joining, and though we have not covered the interview questions, but not many insights you have covered, and I like the way you present the session and your confidence and Rahul's confidence. Though you are coaches, definitely you are very good people, but I really like the session.
Thank you so much, Anand. Thank you so much. Yeah, and even if some of the friends who are actually needing this particular session, give them this link, and they can also register it with this discount AW15 just for today. Yeah,
sure.
So thank you so much. Enjoy our YouTube channel. On YouTube channel, there's 2 hours of recording. You will get lots of questions there, how to answer it. So Anand, Manish, that you are saying, those questions are also taken there on those 2 recordings. So please refer to that. If you have any questions, I have also given you number. You can get in touch with us. So even if you're not coming for session, and if you have a question, please come to that WhatsApp number, the number that I have given to you. Or you can also come on to our agileorders.com, and you can ask certain questions, and you can get in touch with us.
Definitely, I'll come after clearing my PSM. This is the first time I had a discussion lots on the Scrum. I cleared my PSM in 2018, but post that I again went into that era once again in the 60 minutes. So really like that.
Oh wow! Sure. And every Saturday, Manish or Anand, what do I call you?
My name is Manish Anand. You may call me Anand. Anand is my last name.
Okay, Anand. So every Saturday evening 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. we have a special session on agility, Scrum, Kanban. Okay, that is gonna help you a lot every Saturday. Okay. So please come to those sessions, come to agilewaters.com and please give, come there and register into the free resources section. You will find free agile sessions. So every Saturday, whenever you get time, please come join us. It's free of cost. Okay. You will get a lot of knowledge there. And also on our channel, all those recorded sessions are there. So experts across the world are coming there and actually presenting you what they have learned.
The same time for this is same time on Saturday for today, like we have about this time.
Yes.
No, the timing is a bit different.
7:30.
Today we did it at 6 o'clock. Saturday is 7:30.
Oh, 7:30. That should be about what time would that be in UK now?
No, it should be starting around this time after 10 minutes. If wherever you are right now. So our Saturday sessions are after 10 minutes. So if we are considering the right now, yeah.
Okay.
So I have also posted the link where you can register every Saturday, same time, same location. So you can just go there and see. There are lots of earlier sessions also, all recordings. And you can get all those recordings even if you miss it on our YouTube channel. So just go there, register it. And if you want reminders, we would also give you reminders for these sessions so that you don't forget to join. Sure. Okay, I think it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions, I have given you number. Please WhatsApp us. Come to our YouTube channel, see the recordings. You get benefited out of it. Okay, and I'm also giving you the WhatsApp number again. Please reach us. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Rahul, over to you.
Thanks. Wonderful sessions. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, Pinaki is saying something.
Vijay, thank you very much for this wonderful session. And definitely there are a lot of insights that I got today. Even I first time meeting Rahul also. I mean, couple of sessions I could not able to join in Saturday session. So I was a regular player, but now from last 1.5 months I could not able to make the time. So I'll try to join next Saturday. Not from next Saturday, next to next Saturday. I'll start to join. And thank you very much once again for these wonderful sessions. Thanks, Rahul.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you. See ya. Take care.